Hey guys, it's 21 Maxwell here and welcome to another edition of TEW. You join us for the World Grand Prix, our version of the G1 or the King of the Ring tournament. Where so far we've had winners such as Roman Reigns, John Cena, Fergal Devitt, just to name some of the big names that have won it. And tonight we're in a sold out attendance, 76,500 at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. So I'm hoping it's a good show. It is quite match heavy because obviously last 16 quarterfinals, semis and final. But this will determine who is the best of the best in the WWE. So before we get started, as always, thanks for taking the time out to watch the video. It's much appreciated. Any comments on the series, your own series, wrestling in general, please leave them in the comments section. Likes, shares, subscriptions, all that jazz. Much appreciated. And of course, you can follow me on Twitter at 21 Maxwell as well. And you can catch some more bookers at the Fantasy Bookers subreddit and the Grey Dog software forums. But let's kick on to this monumental occasion to see who is the World Grand Prix winner. So we start out with one of our first round matches, Daniel Bryan and The Miz. But before it, they get into a few verbals just saying, both of their WWE careers have intertwined between each other. And what an occasion it would be for The Miz to just beat Daniel Bryan and go on and be the World Grand Prix winner. So 892, show off to a strong start and gets the crowd hotter. Good start. The match itself had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the audience. Daniel Bryan beats The Miz in 13:43 by pinfall. A B82 because it's obviously less than 16 minutes, but it got the crowd hotter. Two decentish performances, and Daniel Bryan will advance to the second round. Now, a lot of matches are under 16 minutes to protect the wrestlers, so they're not too fatigued going forward. So just making you guys aware of that. Next up, About the had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Saw Marcel Barthel defeat Chad Gable in 15:20 by pinfall. A very solid B plus 86. Barthel with a better performance here. Gable improves in rumble skills. No negatives. Sees the main man of the Magnificent Seven progress to round 2. In a promo from Drew McIntyre as he is about to take on Ricochet, a star 100, just really saying he's going to talk him down on Ricochet. This match will probably flop because they don't have chemistry, but they were drawn against each other. But that's not bad, it still maintains that B82. Good heat, decent wrestling, with Drew picking up the win in 10:25 with the Scott drop. Ricochet off his game, that and not clicking results in a 69 performance for him, but overall a good win and a storytelling match for Drew as he moves on to the quarterfinals. We then have a superb matchup that saw Adam Cole defeat Fergal Devitt in 20:46 with a flying crossbody, so obviously they've had a bit of a feud going and this match went a little bit longer, but a good win in the big stage for Adam Cole, A91, and continues their storyline. Hopefully some winners, if they're in storylines, will get a good pop boost as well, so we'll check that at the end of the show as well to see who is truly over. Then we had About that had great wrestling and good heat. Sami Zayn defeats Randy Orton in 11:48 with a brainbuster. Good win for Sami, B plus 84 over Randy Orton, who's been quite quiet of late, but again just a few negatives there. Interesting that Randy's plus 40 now and still doesn't have declining physical ability, so that's always good. We then had a good wrestling match, great wrestling match even, with good heat, as Kevin Owens defeats Kota Ibushi in 12:27 with a package piledriver. Two excellent performances here, again hampered by the shortness of the match, but I think if you put these two together, you're probably looking at an A-star match, which is good to see. So Kevin Owens advances to face Sami Zayn in round 2. Then have an over-the-top spectacular entrance from the Velveteen Dream, which is an A89. So he comes across as a real star before his matchup against Okada, which results in another B82 limited great wrestling bout that saw Okada win in 14:15 with a German suplex. So the WWE champion progresses to the second round. Both guys with a good 92 performance. Negative again, just for there being a short match. And then to finish out the first round, it was a good wrestling match with a decent reaction from the crowd. Tommaso Ciampa defeated Andrea Cien Almas in 14:01 with Project Ciampa. The B81, two pretty good performances here. The reason this one lacked was because of one, a short length, but because they were both heels as well. So to recap on that, Barthel over Gable, Bryan over Miz, McIntyre over Ricochet, Adam Cole over Fergal Devitt, Sami Zayn over Randy Orton, Kevin Owens over Kota Ibushi, Okada over the Velveteen Dream, and Tommaso Ciampa over Andrea Cien Almas, giving us quarterfinal of Barthel versus Bryan, McIntyre versus Cole, Zayn and Owens, and Okada versus Ciampa. Into those matches we go. Great wrestling match with good heat. Marcel Barthel defeats Daniel Bryan in 13:56 following interference from his manager, Paul Heyman. So he progresses into the semi-final with a nice B82 there. Again, another match which probably would steal the show if it wasn't less than 16 minutes. Then have Adam Cole cutting a promo on Drew McIntyre. He said he's beating his nemesis, Fergal Devitt, first. He's going to beat Drew McIntyre and he's going to show who he truly is at the top level because he's Adam Cole. Baby. Their match was actually quite disappointing. Superb matchup that saw Cole pick up the win in 12:35 with a flying crossbody. Now, with a 94 and a 91 performance, I'm quite keen to see why this was so bad. Just capped. Very strange that I get such a low rating, but it is what it is. So the semi-final of Barthel versus Adam Cole. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn is up next. Sami's promo just saying he's rid of Kevin Owens for what he done, and if he can beat him again today, it would just make it a much better feeling knowing that he had that great moment that Kevin Owens ruined, and ever since then, he's made his life a living hell. But had great wrestling, good heat, and Sami Zayn picks up the win over KO with a surprise roll-up after 20 minutes and 10. Pretty decent overall, no negatives. I think they've just faced each other that much and maybe don't quite have the overness to carry it up to an A match, but pretty good for these two former foes. So Sami progresses to the semis. And the final first round match, about that had great wrestling and good heat. We had Tommaso Ciampa defeat Kazuchika Okada in 20:02 with Project Ciampa due to a distraction on Okada from Samoa Joe. So obviously we know Joe is going to be facing Okada at Survivor Series. Of course, he's been attacking him at a lot of these main events. Distracts him here, costs him his chance, means that Zayn versus Ciampa, A-Star 96, so we know for a fact in the future there's a potential program between Okada and Tommaso Ciampa, no negatives, good to see. The match, Samoa Joe beats down Okada, progressing the fact that he is going to defeat him and he's going to take the WWE Championship, A91. First semi-final, superb matchup. Marcel Barthel defeated Adam Cole in 14:34 after another Paul Heyman interference. Now, very disappointing that it was a B78. The match suffered because of a lack of selling and a lack of psychology. So quite worrying that these two guys didn't have that. Obviously they wouldn't have the hot associated storyline, but you wouldn't have that in a 14-minute match. So disappointing the way that went down, but Barthel is into the final. Who would have thought that, of the World Grand Prix. And our other semi-final was about with great wrestling and good heat that saw Sami Zayn defeat Tommaso Ciampa in 14:51 with a brainbuster. So B81, quickly progressing through this tournament, we're up to the final. Maybe a surprise to a lot of people, which is Marcel Barthel against Sami Zayn. Sami then cuts a promo on it, comes across well, just saying it's great that he was able to become the World Heavyweight Champion for a spell, but he wants to take this match and get an opportunity to go for the main title down the road. No. That's annoying. So obviously a lot of these matches are the first time, so we don't know, some matches don't click. What would have been an outstanding match has turned into a bang average one. But about that had great heat and decent wrestling. The crowning of Marcel Barthel has happened as he defeated Sami Zayn in 23:20 following a distraction from the Velveteen Dream. Marcel Barthel is the winner of the WWE World Grand Prix. So he'll get the Intercontinental Champion, will get a WWE or World Heavyweight Championship shot down the line. But the fact this got a B plus 84 without them clicking, this match potentially could have been 100. So disappointing. And we end the show with Heyman and Barthel celebrating. Does get a B plus 86. It is on pay-per-view, so no doubt we'll have a few providers being a bit disappointed. Only other negative there, Marcel Barthel was used too much, but that should hopefully cement him as a main eventer. So we'll praise Sammy and we'll praise Tommaso Ciampa as well for a great performance. It's probably been overall the worst World Grand Prix out of a lot, but you never know when a main event could flop. Some stuff like that can happen, and unfortunately when it does, can hit the rating. So we'll go back here and we'll see what the pay-per-view providers say. Feedback. Still fantastic feedback, so that's good to see. Anything here that affects us? AAA, Fuego. Nah, I think we'll avoid him. So Daniel Bryan's unhappy, he's been losing. DirecTV, we're unhappy, but we haven't lost them. So that's a positive. A 4.63 for the pay-per-view. That's cool. It's still a good bit off of WrestleMania. Obviously, because we've done just go to schedule quickly. Yes, a lot of people unhappy. So guess I'll be putting out some money shortly. Like so, no Ambrose, no Rollins in this show in particular. I don't want to make the show go too long. So World Grand Prix, legendary. I think WrestleMania is above legendary. It's historic. That's legendary. Well, it's disappointing that a legendary event gets such a low rating. But yeah, overall, as I say, it was a good chance to push forward Marcel Barthel to the next level. If we just go to main event pushes, we'll get a better indication of where people are. So Adam Cole, done well there. Just going to look for more so the people that were in that tournament. Chad Gable has had a massive decline. So I think that feud with Barthel has certainly affected him, so we'll need to build him back up. So that's quite worrying. Good position for Charlotte. Bryan at the 80s, but again, 40, Dean Ambrose. Drew's in a decent level with Devitt in the 89s as well. Didn't use either Russo. Gargano 81, Okada 86, 87, Omega 82, KO 86, Randy Orton 79s, Ricochet 85s, Sammy 90s, Joe just under the 90, same with Seth, Miz is down, Ciampa's down a good little bit, so is the Dream, so we really don't have anyone over, which is quite a bit worrying. So that's a bit positive. Barthel is up there, 88s, there's a 91 in there as well. We just look at his popularity. Aye, so if anything, we've built a star out of him, but we've certainly hampered a lot of people. But hey, it means it freshens up a little bit. So that's going to be it for the World Grand Prix. I'm now going to go and fix Ibdy's morale by giving him money. So, as I say, hopefully when he's come back there won't be too many people pissed off they weren't on the show. But yeah, that's what it is. I didn't want to make it a 40-50 segment show, just by putting everyone on the card. I just wanted the main folk on there. The rest we can give money to, so that won't be a problem. But yeah, as always, cheers for watching. It's much appreciated. Hope you enjoyed it. If we just want to confirm before we go World Grand Prix, so that is your 5th different winner. Cena, Bryan, Reigns, Devitt and Barthel. Someone different. Freshens up a little bit, and it just shows the Magnificent Seven continue to take over the WWE. But cheers for watching. Thanks again, and hopefully I'll see you next Sunday for the Survivor Series. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye bye.